Hello everyone, welcome to this episode of Beyond the Barclay with me, Jez Davies.
And me, Jez Davies, Morgan Hewitt.
It's our first face-to-face live podcast, and we're live from, we're going to be putting this out probably later this week, but we're just wait for the dulcet tones of Dave Watson to finish. It's Dave Watson, who's been the stadium announcer for probably about 30 years, as long as I can ever remember. But he's here doing the ladies' game today, which me and Morgan have attended. Morgan, first off, what are your thoughts of, I guess, today, and where have we found ourselves?
Found ourselves in the press box. So it's a bit surreal, if I'm honest. They've got really nice spinny chairs, which I'm just getting used to. So yeah, it's a surreal experience, but a good one. And hopefully the ladies can pull off a decent win for us to get behind.
Yeah, and as you said that, there was a bit of a loose pass from number 18. But the defence recovered well. Keeper's now got it in her hand, Sarah Quantrill. We can see just to get to sort of describe what we can see. So all of our fans are situated in the south stand. I don't like calling it. Is it what is it? Is it the Securic or
I don't know.
Whatever it's called nowadays. Kerry Fly, who came on our podcast, has just delivered one up the line. It looks like it's going out for a goal kick. But yeah, so I mean, what we can see, Morgan, we can see all of our fans sat in the Gerald stand, South stand, whatever you want to call it. Rest of the stadium's empty, but it looks like a good crowd, Morgan.
Yeah, I would say so. Lots of families and family fans. So yeah, it's a decent crowd. Flags are out in force earlier, so it's a really good vibe. Good to see. I think the figures, from what I understand, are up. Oh, we're on the attack. So figures are up from last season. So I think more and more people are getting behind the women's team and the women's game at Norwich, and it's a really promising and pleasant thing to see.
Yeah, I was just checking we're still recording because again, it's something that this is the first time for me and Morgan in this type of environment. So we just want to make sure that we're still on air.
Just a little shout out to Ruben Clark, so our man who's videographing. He's sat on his arse right now, just sorting out his
What time was that? 2 minutes 50. Yeah, I can go up.
So Ruben Clark is our videographer for the day, and he's sat in taking some snaps and some videos of the match as it happens. So hopefully we'll be able to get that out to our 5 listeners soon next week.
Yeah. And we can see the lineup that Norwich are deploying today. So it looks like we're going with just having a look now. I think a solid back four. It looks like 4-2-3-1, wouldn't you say, Morgan?
Yeah, 4-2-3-1.
Natasha Snelling, who listeners may remember was the cousin of my bridesmaid at mine and my wife's wedding.
Jez is so connected. He name drops every time he can. Can't you, mate?
Yeah. This girl here, she's tall, isn't she? She looks like she looks like she's playing attacking mid. That's a lovely ball, Kerry. Well done. We're Norwich on the attack at the moment. Pass the ball back to Morgan. She's going to knock the ball forward. Eloise Moran, thank you. I thought it was Morgan, but Moran will do, wouldn't it? Seeing as that's her name.
You're just saying my name, basically. I'm certainly not playing football.
Yeah, I mean we've kind of got. I feel like we've kind of got QPR where we want them at the moment.
Yeah.
Refs just give her. I don't know. I think that probably was a free kick, and we're just seeing our first sight of our one of our podcast guests, Andy Cook, who's ball in hand.
Head coach of the women's team for the uninitiated.
Yeah, I held on to that ball for as long as possible, didn't he? But just making sure the QPR player was all right before giving it back to him. I think that was a good ploy. That
I think there's a drummer in the crowd.
Yeah,
because I heard the drums, so it's quite good for the vibe.
Yeah, definitely. Norwich have a throw. So
we are fantastic commentators. We've been doing this for how long?
Well, exactly. It took about 4.5 minutes. Yeah. I mean, fair play to Chris Gorham and people like that, and how they do that on a full-time basis. I won't be able to tell you. But so yeah, I mean, what a fantastic venue this is. When you look at it, Morgan, and I know we're here to watch the women today, but it's nice just to have a little look around, isn't it? And relive some of our youth. I sat before that the stand was built, it was obviously the old South stand, and my first ever ticket was. She's okay. My first. Ooh, that was a bit interesting. My first ever ticket was over there when that was the old South stand. That corner infill wasn't there, and it was £17. My first ever season ticket, Morgan.
£17.
Yeah, 17.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was. I think Andrew Cullen, who was the.
Yeah, but at the time they probably couldn't give them away.
Well, this is it. I mean, it was quite a low attendance, but it went up and up and up. See, I didn't think that. Looking at number 6, I'm quite good at. Sorry to dramatically change the subject, but I'm quite good at guessing what positions players play. And I wouldn't have had her as a centre back, although she's now dropping into midfield again. So maybe she's sort of a Kenny McLean type that drops in.
Ball carrier.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, it sort of settled in here a little bit more, isn't it? I think after initial sort of bright start from Norwich, QPR are holding their own a little bit here, aren't they? Here's Tomo, another person.
Guest on the pod.
Here we go, we're in. So, number 8.
Charging forward is Millie Davis.
That's a lovely ball. No one. See, that's going to be the problem. So I think she had the cross. There was only one player in there. So we're going to have to try and get a few more. I mean,
bodies in the box.
The rangy number 18. If we can get her in the box, she's taller than every single player on this pitch. So I think she would be a real asset. If we can get her in, get her cross in, she's not getting beat with a header, mate.
Just gone out for a throw.
So what are your first sort of early memories of this place then, Morgan?
I think I was sat in the City stand in a miserable Tuesday after evening, and it was raining. That's my first ever kind of memory and just sat here watching fairly dire football at the time. Kids for a quid time. But subsequently there's been loads of really good memories.
Yeah.
Nottingham Forest 3-3 being one of them. Well in. And I remember being sat right next to the away fans, and I just remember when Hernandez scored that equaliser in the 97th minute, peeling off my seat and then finding myself in front of the Nottingham Forest away fans just go, yeah! That was an amazing day. Something I didn't expect after being 3-0 down. I think it's one of my favourite experiences of being here for sure.
Good. And I mean, look, just looking at it now. So yeah, I mean, Moran, she's definitely playing that defensive midfielder role. Comes in and gets the ball off the goalkeeper there really nicely. You can see Kerry's playing centre back with the girl that I can't remember her name. Chris Gordon wouldn't ever say that, would he? So I can't remember his name. Millie Davis is playing right back, and Lauren Tomlinson left back. Snelling's dropped a bit deep there. If I was Andy, I'd want her a little bit higher. If she's playing centre forward on her own, she really needs to be in and around their centre backs.
Well in.
QPR. No, he's give a foul. I mean, yeah. But he knows what he's doing, so, and I don't.
Well, yeah, that is one thing that we're not down pitch side being reffing and seeing what's going on. It's something that I think many of us need to remember, that it is a hard job when you've got to get those calls right. God, I sound like I'm on FIFA.
That's fine.
It's gone out for a goal kick. I sound like a terrible FIFA commentator. Does anyone out there remember ISIS Pro?
Yes.
With Tony Gubber, and you couldn't have the official names of the players, so you had players like Ronarid and Zindan.
Yeah, I think we were Norfolk Sea, I think, one season. So it's it sounds pretty cool. But again, number 6, Moran dropping in, so she's pulling the strings in there when we start the attack. Number 18's again probably. Here we go. We're in here. No. So yeah, we're just going to have to watch that ball over the top from QPR, because they look like they're going to give it to their centre back and push the ball over the top. There's a lot of long ball going on.
Yeah, from QPR, certainly a lot of long ball. Yeah. We're trying to play it on the floor, I guess, as is the Norwich way. Keep it low, splendid rush.
Yeah, here we go. So I think number 23, Cook, Olivia, is the one that Andy was talking about, and said that she was someone that had come on a little bit this season in terms of development. She looks. I don't know. I don't want to guess her age, but she looks a little bit younger than some of the other girls out there. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I would say so. I think Andy said that she bided her time well and waited for the chance to step up, and so far she's been on the ball and getting in the right places. It's just obviously takes time to sort of grow into that role.
Yeah, no, definitely. So Norwich got a goal kick here, and we're playing it out from the back. I mean, that was something that Mr. Forup was died on his sword a little bit, really, didn't he? So, I think we've had a couple of goal kicks. One's gone long, and the other one's out from the back. So, little insight into Andy's philosophy there. It's gone out for a QPR throw. So, perhaps the less said about that, the better.
I think we just need to be a little bit faster with the turnover from the goal kicks.
Perhaps this might be quite a good time to talk about some of our future episodes. So this week we've got, I guess this will probably go out after the Leon Mallet episode. We've got Leon Mallet on Monday. It was a good listen to that on the way up in the car.
I think a bit of light relief after the last couple of weeks. I think it's been a bit of a stressful time. I mean, like, just being a Norwich fan, it's like it never isn't. But I think the last few weeks have been particularly stressful. The podcast itself we've been, I'm not blowing our own trumpet, but we've been quite busy.
Yeah.
And obviously you've then got to take into account everything that's going on with the men's team and how that affects the club and the fans. And I think having Leon Mallet and releasing that, good on Leon for coming on. But it's going to be it's good. It's much appreciated. A bit of light relief, I think, wouldn't go amiss.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So Norwich are on the attack here. We've got number 23, Olivia Cook. She just knocks it down the line, but there's no one there. I think the girls are growing into this game a little bit. Yeah. I think the girls... there's a bit of a bang there. I don't know what that was. Hopefully hopefully Ruben's okay. And,
Nice.
all right, so QPR are now on the attack. Knocks it through, and luckily defender number 25, Hope Strauss, knocks it out. Good interception.
Too fast.
Again, that ball up there is no good if our striker isn't in that position. It sounds so obvious to say, but yeah, girls are just feeling their way a little bit. I think one of the things we talked about with Nicole, wasn't it? She said the girls prefer the Nest, don't they? Because that's their home. So when they come here, it's a little bit different for them.
Yes, obviously, like the Nest is probably a bit of a smaller ground. Carrow Road is quite intimidating. The Norwich are on the attack at the moment. I sound like Chris Gorham. Olivia Cook on the right wing, crossing the ball in.
Well, I got a throw. Yeah, that looked promising. Again, it was a little bit slower than perhaps we would have liked. But as you say, Morgan, the girls are feeling their way into this, I think.
You said that.
What? Well, yeah, but you were just about to agree with me before.
I agree with you on many things. Helps me get through the podcast.
Yeah. So what? The sort of opening sort of 12. Shot coming in. Lucky. It's a good effort by Moran. Again, we talked a lot about her early on, Morgan, that she was the one that was coming up and getting the ball off Sarah Contrell, the goalkeeper. But she's just showing her worth the other end of the pitch there. Shot just wide of the QPR goal. Your first sort of initial thoughts on this team then, obviously, and perhaps I don't want to put words in your mouth. Ladies football in general. This is your first women's game?
I believe this is my first women's game. Yeah. No, I mean obviously I've watched on TV.
Yeah.
But in person, QPR on the attack. QPR on the attack. Well intercepted
By Kerry,
who has been on our.
She was offside anyway.
But yeah, it's really good. It's really quick turnover of pace and something I didn't expect, to be quite honest, and very entertaining. So if you haven't yet come down, I would highly recommend it, especially as Norwich women's team are kind of on the up and up, so to speak.
And there she is again, making herself an option, giving us, passing the ball out to Kerry, and it's what I like about this, Morgan, is the girls are keeping it on the floor.
Yeah, exactly.
I've had a bit of experience in the women's game, and it tends to be punt it up to the big striker. Let's see her run.
Nice.
So she's just turned it over there. It's going to be a goal there, I think.
Oh!
We're all right. There you go. Yeah, there we go. 1-0. Excellent. We weren't ready for that one, so ball's been played in by Olivia Cook, and Natasha's taken the initial heavy touch, would you say, but actually dealt with it really well, and trying to work out who scored. Was it Tomo? No, Kennard. Yeah, so Holly Kennard with the goal to make it 1-0 to Norwich. But actually, initially after a first, what looked like a poor touch actually by Snelling, she took it away from the goalkeeper and then had the presence of mind to play the ball across the goal, and lovely little finish at the back post. Not too dissimilar to the second goal against Man City. That actually a little Todd Cantwell finish. With Kiki playing the ball across to Cantwell.
Goal,
So I think we're going to probably finish the pod for now and come back a little bit later on, guys. So look forward to speaking to everyone soon. So we're back again. The clock's just gone 40 minutes. It's still 1-0 to Norwich City Ladies. I think, how would you describe the first half, Morgan?
Most bit of one-way traffic. Norwich are going to attack again.
It's a corner ball. That's a corner. It should have been a corner there. The ref's looked away there a bit quick and has missed the clear deflection from the QPR player there. That should have been a corner ball. No, they don't seem to be challenging though, so maybe not.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's been really entertaining game. It's mostly Norwich are limiting QPR's chances quite readily. Could have scored an absolute screamer a second ago. So it's been really enjoyable.
It's interesting that QPR's sponsor is NNR, and of course we know NNR through the Pinkin, don't we? The Pinkin message board. It's not Norwich related. So interesting that should be QPR's shirt sponsor.
Oh no, it's okay. Deal with it. Nice, safely out by Norwich.
Nice to get a bit of silence on the podcast, Morgan. So
we can edit that.
Surely, yeah. I might just leave it in. Standout player for me for Norwich, number 6. I think she's run that.
Eloise Moran.
Yeah, Eloise Moran. She's run that midfield. Come short for goal kicks. He was unlucky with an attempt before when the score was at 0-0. With limited QPR to shots from distance, as they have a shot which just goes wide of the goal. And they were unlucky from a corner, free header, which went just over the bar. So, I mean, that's QPR's repertoire in the first half.
Oh, good use of the word repertoire.
Thank you.
He's learning.
Our at the start again, stars of our podcast, Kerry and Tomo, both had relatively good games. Would you say?
I'd say so. They've defended well, made good runs. There's been a few misplaced passes, but on the whole, I think Norwich have dealt with any kind of danger from QPR reasonably well. What do you
think Andy Cook's going to be saying at half time to his players?
If I was Andy Cook, I'd probably say keep up the intensity at the top end of the pitch and keep. QPR just aren't pressing either, which I'm surprised by. To be honest, they seem kind of to stand off a bit. But I'd say more of the same in the second half for Norwich will probably mean, and hopefully another City goal.
Yeah, I mean Freya Symonds, number 18. She's got to be. What would you say? She's got to be 6'1" and she's 6'2".
I'm not sure from here.
I mean, she's tall. She's at least a good couple of inches taller than the rest of the players on the pitch.
Norwich are on the attack again, number 23.
And I was really surprised, Morgan, that Norwich is only corner of the first half. And she's out there taking it. Yeah. Why? I mean, again, you kind of have to look at it and think, would you not utilise that height in the box? I mean, maybe she's a good set piece. I think one of the fans that we talked to outside alluded that she was a good set piece taker. So perhaps that's what they're looking at. And
yeah, but you'd think that you'd want to have her in the box.
Yeah,
get ahead on it.
I'd be having her on the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper's. I mean, she's probably got a good leap on her, but I'd say their goalkeeper's no more than 5'8".
Yeah, I think that's the thing at the moment is we don't have that aerial. Any sort of aerial threat from any sort of long balls to our heads. We are keeping it nice on the ground. It's good to see. Norwich on the attack again. Great ball out to the wing.
Here we go. We're in here, so I think this might be a big chance here. This is Kennard again. She's had the shot. Gone through the keeper's hand. It's a goal.
It's a goal. 2-0.
Lovely ball by Natasha Snelling again. So we'll let the goal music play around us. Again, that doesn't happen on Radio Norfolk, does it? Where we have to wait for the goal music to finish before we carry on with the pod.
It's very loud.
Yeah. Drink it in, listeners. Drink in the atmosphere. So yeah, Kennard.
Is that a second goal?
Yeah, so it's a second goal, Morgan, and I think what was good there was we were just talking about you were just talking about how Norwich were keeping the ball on the floor, playing it really nice, playing a nice, attractive brand of football, and 3 or 4 passes around the back. Kerry flies, picked up Natasha Snelling in the centre circle. She had the presence of mind to put the ball out to the left-hand side of midfield. Holly Kennard then run through, beat a couple of defenders, and could we probably say the keeper might have done better for QPR there? Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, I think so. But I mean, Norwich were moving the ball pretty quickly, so maybe she caught on the wrong foot. QPR on attack nullified.
So I think that second goal's really nullified them a little bit more, QPR, and I think actually on balance of play probably more than what Norwich deserve.
I'd say so, for sure. Like, you've been playing pretty well, playing pretty attractive passing football, as you'd expect.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think 2-0 is a fair assessment, fair scoreline as we head into that second half of the game.
So it looks as if Olivia Cook's gone to right back, and they've pushed Millie Davies up to right midfield. I think I'm not going to say Olivia Cook was struggling at right wing, but I think she perhaps wasn't getting in as much as she probably could in supporting Natasha Snelling up front. Do you think they've made that change with that in mind?
Right now I'm just watching QPR on the attack, so dealt with by Kerry. Foul by QPR on Davis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think where Davis was before wasn't really that effective.
They've just swapped over, mate. So I think it might have just been a temporary thing.
Okay.
So they've just swapped back into their other positions. I think, no disrespect to Olivia, but I think she maybe just letting the occasion get the better of her a little bit. But she was unlucky with a shot that she had from the edge of the box, and there's certainly some potential there. I think she's showing why she's played so well this season for Norwich City Women, and I'm looking forward to seeing what she can do second half. So QPR on the attack again, ball out to the left back. She's up against the aforementioned Olivia. Olivia's done very well there. She's battling her way out, pushed the ball into the centre midfield, and 2 players there.
Come on.
Ref hasn't given the free kick there, and the QPR player's been left on the heap on the floor. Morgan, Kerry's done very well there.
Get the ball back.
Obviously, as it's not a head injury, we're under no obligation to kick the ball out of play, but it looks as if they might be stopping the game here just to allow their QPR player to get some treatment. And it's half time. Referee, I mean, look, he's blown up 10 seconds before they were due to, so I think he's probably just thought, well, look, nothing's going to happen now, let's just call it a day. A little bit of common sense refereeing there, Morgan.
I would say so. QPR players still down, so hopefully get some treatment.
And subs have come out to warm up.
Yeah, it's good first half so far. So hopefully see more of that in the second half from Norwich. Maybe get another goal, that would be nice.
And Sarah Contrell, ever the pros, coming over just to check that the QPR player's okay, and yeah, she's all right. So yeah, she's going to go and enjoy her half-time drink. Pretty easy first half for her, really, wasn't it?
I mean, QPR haven't pressed as much as I thought they would. So far, so good, I guess.
Sort of few final thoughts then for before we have another break. I mean, we can see Rubens in the sun. I think he might move back down to the other side in a bit. But what's going to happen second half?
I'd like to think that because of the amount of crowd that's here, that Norwich will push for a third. They've been playing some really good football, keeping it low, not playing too many long balls. But I just don't want to see them stand off and get QPR get a lazy goal. Yeah, 2-0 is a very dangerous scoreline, isn't it? I think if QPR come out second half with a bit between the teeth, get a goal, it's going to make the girls a little bit nervous. But I think you're right. The next goal is crucial. Let's see if Norwich can get it. Kennard's on a hat trick. Snelling's on a
hat-trick, could be on a hat-trick of assists if she gets another one and showing her worth. So yeah, let's see what happens, and we'll leave it there again, Morgan, and come back maybe sort of midway through the second half. Yeah, so we're back, Morgan. Start the second half. What did you do at half time, mate?
What did I do?
Yeah. What was your half time routine?
Went for a whittle, and then got myself another coffee, which I probably didn't need.
Yeah.
So I'll be blazing.
I was speaking to the lads from the Pinkin and EDP, Sam, and the other chap whose name escapes me, but they're here watching the game today. So there's a bit of local media interest in the game today. I think she would have been offside if she went for that. So good job she didn't. But speaking to Alex Speednall, who's the women's media lead at Carrow Road, at Norwich,
who came on the pod a few weeks ago.
It's Thursday, wasn't it?
Was it?
Thursday,
oh yes, Thursday. Yeah,
it will be a few weeks ago by the time this one goes out.
Yeah.
She, she's been brilliant for us, hasn't she? And very kindly invited us to today, and thank you, Alex. It means a lot. And I think, as we alluded to, the next goal here is going to be pretty crucial, isn't it? I think if Norwich get it, then you'd probably say it's game, set, and match. But
I'd like to think so.
If QPR somehow muster a goal, we're
go on.
We're our first look at Lauren this side, so she was unlucky there. I think the fullback did well for QPR.
Yeah.
And she's going to have to retreat a little bit here, but there's no real threat going forward. So goalkeeper's got the feet of a ball for QPR. Oh, that's a bit short. Natasha's got it. Here we go. Can we see it? Oh, it's a little bit. Yeah, she should just time that a little bit better. I think she held on for it a little bit more. Waited for some support.
Keeper made an error.
Yeah, she's apologising to her centre back there, but no harm done. Still 2-0. We're not here to talk about the men's, but let's perhaps use this opportunity to talk a little bit about the men's team. So a good draw yesterday at Middlesbrough, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so, especially after the I'm going to use this word because it rolls off the tongue quite nicely. Tumultuous week that's been. I touched on it in the first half about how stressful it's been the last few weeks as a Norwich fan. But I'm glad that the chaps at the Borough came away with a battling point as well. So not sure what that means for Mr. Jack, but I'm still not. At the end of the day, he's got 2 games in charge, and see what happens from there. Not saying that 2 games is not a lot. Not a lot to make a decision. No, and he's had the players for 3 days, and I noticed an immediate change in the mentality, and given that it looks like they want, they haven't down tools, like perhaps they look like they did with Thorup. I think they want to work for him. They want it because at the end of the day, this is his audition for the main gig, isn't it? So, what do you think? As a dedicated follower of fashion, what do you think of his attire? I have to admit, I didn't see what he was wearing.
So he's wearing a lovely little cardigan, a grey little cardigan, chinos, and nice pair of shorts. Nice pair of trainers. Sorry, carry on.
He's a cheeky. He's a saucy character, isn't he? His old saucy Jack.
He's from Hertfordshire, mate.
He's a little bit saucy.
Yeah, he's from Hertfordshire, so he knows how to dress.
But you said there that it's an audition for the gig, but I think 2 games, it's not an audition, mate. It's a flash. It's a bit of a flash in the pan.
Yeah.
And I don't think that And I said this earlier to Ruben, the videographer, that next season we need to be looking at just getting some stability, whether that means a bit of a mid-table, bit of a challenge on. Was it Tomo?
She's all right.
But yeah, a little bit of mid-table mediocrity to steady the ship. And I'm not sure whether Wilshere is the man to do that at this level, given his level of experience.
Right, so Norwich on the attack now. Kennard's on the ball. She's got the ball. She knocks it across. It was good. Ended up being quite a good tackle by the QPR player, and they've turned it over. And striker's now in. And you can see how Kerry deals with this. And she's turned her in a little bit there. It's a good ball across. Are QPR going to score it?
No, well in.
Very good. So Tomo. Good tackle, and she's knocked out for a corner. So, as we said, at the start of this half, Morgan, we don't want to let QPR back in. They nearly scored from their first corner. So, let's hope that they're marking up these players here, because we really don't want them back in this game.
No, I don't, and I don't need the anxiety either, because I've had too much coffee, so I'm just on the edge of my seat.
Again, something you probably wouldn't hear on Radio Norfolk, guys, on their commentary.
But we're not on Radio Norfolk.
We're not, but...
We're pundits of the people.
Pundits of the people, yeah.
Pops.
We are the Pops. So...
There's something.
Here comes the corner from QPR. She's put her hand up, so what's that mean? It means it's going to be lobbed into the halfway in. Great save by Kennard, but it's gone in. Has it cost the run?
No.
Right, okay. So it QPR players are saying that it's crossed the line, but I'll be honest, the assistant referee had a really good position there. So
it looked like it was in, but I don't think so. Are they doing VAR?
No, he's asking for another ball. It looked like he was doing VAR, didn't it?
I was like, we don't have that here.
No, and as we know, the goal line technology is at this ground. I'm just sort of frantically looking around to see if I can show you where it is. It's that one there. See on that post over there. It's great on a non-visual pod that I'm pointing, but it's on the stanchion of the Barclay. So no goal line technologies and good call from the linesman. So we're back in. Great tackle by Tomo.
She's going to fantastic game.
She's knocked the ball into Snelling, who's actually got it, and it's a lovely little touch across to Freya Symonds. So she's got some time here. So let's see if she can put the ball into the box here and get some support. It's a lovely ball. And Snelling's unlucky not to get on the end of it, and it's a Norwich throw. So look, I mean, it's another sort of strong start to the half for Norwich, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I would agree. Other than that little scare a second ago, I think Norwich have been in control of what seems to be a fairly jaded QPR. But saying that, if they score, you don't know, QPR might rear their heads, long throw into the box by Norwich.
So it's a goal kick. But it was Olivia Cook with the throw, and as I alluded to first half, I think she's come back out a little bit with a bit between her teeth, and let's see what she can do, because I think she's a promising little player. Or player, I think little might sound a promising player. And we're just seeing shots of Andy Cook and his assistant coach on the TV screen. They're both looking deep in thought. And there's that assistant referee that made that call on the line. As Norwich fans, it was a good call, wasn't it?
Anything that goes our way is a good call.
Yeah. These referees, Morgan, they're appointed from across the county, so it's not just we can't just say that they're Norwich referees, because they're not. They're appointed from all over the county.
QPR in attack out wide.
I think Strauss has got this. She'll knock it out for a throw, so that's good. I mean, other than those two corners, Morgan, I don't think Norwich have really been in trouble.
You don't want to curse it right now, because QPR are going to launch it for long throw.
And QPR player's got a touch in the box. That'll annoy Andy Cook. And who we got here? This is Kennard. So the score of the two goals is now running through. Yeah. Snelling's going to make herself some space in between the two defenders. But actually, what she's done is she's opened the space up for the right midfielder, Cook. Let's see what she can do. Can she get a goal? Unlucky. Good effort. I think she was caught between two minds there, Morgan.
Yeah, to pass the ball, square the ball.
She's got to be selfish there. And it feels like I'm digging her out a little bit in this podcast, but. Young player, she's got to be selfish. She's got to, she's probably looked up, saw Natasha in the box and thought,
I'll make that pass.
Yeah, and it's that horrible moment in football.
Yeah.
We see it in both the men's and the women's game. So
it's almost like you're sort of caught between wanting to go to the toilet and not.
Yeah. So we look around this football stadium, and what can we see? I can see two groundsmen sitting in the away end at the moment. So they were out at half time. I'm not quite sure whether they know what they're doing sometimes.
Tickling up the pitch.
Tickling the pitch, yeah. They go out with their forks, don't they, and have a little go. But they're currently sat in the south stand and just enjoying the afternoon sun. This fine weather that we've got in Norwich today.
Yeah, I'm just watching the local press type frantically. It's like I have to talk a lot. But I think I can do that for free. I couldn't imagine sat here typing on a keyboard, keeping up with things, could you?
Davis there, just unfortunate. She let the ball get away from her, just under her feet. It's a QPR throw. So, yeah, I mean, look, I think the game sort of settled into how it was the first half in terms of its pattern. There may be a bit of a change for QPR coming up. It looks like the girl's coming in. No, not quite. So they're having a chat with her. But no, she's going back to warm out. So, yeah, it's fine. Freya Symonds just knocked one over the top, but Snelling's nowhere near that, so it's going to go back to their goalkeeper. or not. Actually, the defender's done well there. She's brought it down. She's going to have a little look around for some of her teammates. Knocks it into the centre of the park. Again, unchallenged by Norwich, and the ball's gone over, but that's dealt with well by Strauss. QPR players knocks it well down the line. I think Strauss will deal this. It will go back to her goalkeeper, although there is an attacker there. Oh no, and that's what pressure does, Morgan. So you can see there, she wasn't that far away from. She was quite far away from the goalkeeper, but a little bit of pressure's put the ball out of play, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you need to make that quick, decisive decision what to do, and she hoofed it. So fair play. I think if she'd have played it off to anyone else, it might have been played it into danger. So
there's one place that the goalkeeper doesn't want that ball to go, isn't it? It's between her sticks.
Yeah.
So and at the end of the day, that's not happened. And
QPR on the attack, but Norwich nullify.
6. It's Moran again. She's been absolutely superb, mate. Moran. A bit of a quiet start to the half, but she always seems to pop up in places where you need her. And as a defensive midfielder, what more do you want? So we're going to leave it there, guys. We'll be back again perhaps for the last sort of 10-15 minutes of the game, but it's Jez and Morgan enjoying the football. And we're back. Norwich have made it 3-0. So lovely little ball by Tomo down the wing. Freya Symonds has scored, Morgan, but I was looking out for who assisted, and it was Holly Kennard. So she scored 2, and she's now assisted. And
great header by Symonds, though. Absolutely amazing. The keeper was nowhere near it.
No, and that's the thing. And look, I said in the first half, you got the tallest player on the park, and we hadn't seen her in the box, had we, Morgan? The first time we see her in the box, she gets her header on it. Sticks in the back of the net. It's absolutely brilliant. Fair play to her. It was a great goal. She deserves that. She's had a good game as well, and you can see what it means to her as well. She's still celebrating. That'll mean an awful lot to her scoring a goal at Carrow Road, won't it?
Absolutely, especially given like you said about her getting a bounce on the ball in the box, and she's gone and done exactly that.
Yeah.
Fantastic play.
Yeah. So look, I mean, we said it at half time, guys. The first goal was going to be crucial. First goal was going to be. Just wait. Yeah. So Alana Munro's come on for the visitors. There's a famous Munro, isn't there? Marilyn Munro.
Manson.
I don't think she's any relation to Marilyn Monroe, but you never know.
I can't believe you just said that. I'm looking at his face right now, and he's in the same. He's like, what did just came out of my mouth?
Laura Hennessy's come on as well for the visitors, so they've gone 3-0 down. They've decided to make a few changes, and Tomo's back on the ball again here. So little niggle from behind there, but the ref thinks that's okay, so not a problem. It's back with QPR defence. Just a well worked goal, wasn't it?
Yeah, just really, really, really well worked. Norwich have played this game, like a tight knit team. Not much is getting beyond the defence. They look comfortable at the back, which is
cheeky little back heel there. Cheeky little back heel.
Cheeky little back heel.
Yeah, and a lovely ball across to Olivia Cook. It's just cut out by the QPR defence. Yeah, I mean, I've really enjoyed. I really enjoyed the podcast we did with Kerry and Tomo, and it's an absolute pleasure seeing both out there and actually seeing what they do on every Sunday. And I think both have acquitted themselves really well.
Absolutely. Tomo's been amazing. Kerry's been absolutely solid as centre back. So hopefully we get to chat to them later, but we'll see. It was great having them on the pod. Norwich on the attack again.
To go back to their goalkeeper. As we said earlier, that pressure from the striker is key. But good communication there between Strauss and Todd, I think it was. But just a little wayward pass. First involvement from Marilyn Monroe. She did all right there, to be fair. It was a good interception by the aforementioned Kerry. And Moran again on the ball. She's been tackled well. I mean, I think the game is a spectacle now in terms of any jeopardy's gone out the window, really, isn't it? We know what the result is going to be. It's going to be a Norwich win, but by how many?
I don't know. I mean, I hate when people. It's too early to say, but yeah, I mean, 3-0 up at home, playing well. QPR aren't pressing, but then saying that you never know. But Norwich are on the attack again, so I probably need to eat my words.
It's a lovely ball out to Kennard again. So again, we need her height in the box. So she isn't busting the gut to get back yet. Lovely ball in along the floor though, and that was
no one there.
But again, she's done well to get on one of them, and 3-0 perhaps didn't feel the need to get herself in the box again. And they're talking about Freya Symonds here. As the ball goes out to QPR's right back, and we know it's going to go long, but Tomo should be able to deal with this if it doesn't go out for a goal kick.
And it does.
No, it's come off the corner flag. That's that really awkward one, which, as we know, if it comes off the corner flag and stays in, Morgan.
It's very, very quick.
She likes that run up the wing, didn't she? Yes, and again, unfortunate that none of her teammates there were ready for that ball over the top. But yeah, so we were talking a little bit about some of our future episodes earlier, Morgan, and
we got sidetracked by football.
Well, yeah. And after Leon, we've got Steve Thomason and Benjamin Stokes, and not that one. So Benjamin Stokes is a
graphic designer who's helped design the mural in the Lion and Castle for those who have been in the Norwich City bar pub. And also done work for Long Come Norwich and On the Stall City, so done a lot of graphic design work for those guys. Fantastic artist, and it was a great interview, and look forward to releasing that, and hopefully some people who might who are aspiring graphic designers themselves might find it quite influenced.
An issue with Freya Symonds here, Morgan. She looks like she's got a bit of a facial injury, but she's told the referee she's okay to continue. So we've got a couple of subs here. Yeah. So who have we got coming on? Number 3, Ellie Bishop, and it looks like it's another striker. So could it be Ellie Smith as well? So number 21's coming off. So that's Tomo. Tomo's coming off. It's a shame. She's had a good game, but we've got to give these 3-0 up. He's bringing on another striker here, so I think he's looking at it and going, right, we're 3-0 up here. Captain Megan Todd's coming off. She's had a good game. She'll be disappointed that she hasn't scored, but yeah. So they're putting on I would assume as a striker, but she's going into defensive mid. Yeah, and the captain armband's gone to Sarah Quantrill, the goalkeeper. I think, looking at it, she looks like probably one of the more experienced players, Morgan. Yeah,
I mean, if you're going to pass the captain's armband to someone, you'd like to think that they've got a little bit more experience. And it's an obvious thing to say, but maybe just need to close the game a little bit.
Freya Symonds is still struggling with that head injury, which is probably why she missed that header there. I hope she's okay. But she's carrying on. Number 9, Ellie Smith's gone into that defensive midfield role, and it was a straight swap at left back with Ellie Bishop coming on. It should be dealt with well by Strauss, and it's gone to the brilliant Eloise Malloran. She's knocked the ball out to our left back, who's going to put that up to Kennard. Yeah, she's just missed that. But QPR, look, they're 3-0 down, but they are battling, aren't they? Yeah. They haven't given up completely, and they won't want to. This is a big occasion for them as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, don't forget that obviously we're watching Norwich Women's play at Carrow Road, but I mean, imagine it's pretty occasion for QPR as well, being here, having the opportunity to play. They're
going to have a chance here, mate.
Yeah,
so it's the Monroe. She's turned inside. She's had a shot. Oh. Brilliant save by Quantrill. So the recently appointed captain of Norwich City Women, by that substitute, by the way, has just pulled out quite a good save down to her right hand side. So it's a QPR corner. And again, I'll say it again, Morgan, this is the 2 times this game where QPR have looked threatening and it's been from the corners. So what do we expect to see here?
Well, probably another corner, Jez.
We do. We do.
But I mean, it's just we just need to calm our heads a little bit, I think.
Again, I'm looking at Freya Symonds. I don't know can you see where our tallest player of the pitch is at the moment? She's still struggling with that head injury, face injury again. But I'll probably want my 6'2" attacking midfielder in the box rather than. Yeah, I think she's struggling a little bit, mate. Ball's come in, it's a lovely corner and a header on the line, which I think it was that Eloise Moran again? Someone on the line.
Someone's down.
Yeah, they're okay. The referee signalled that she's okay, but I've got to be honest, that was a brilliant goal line clearance, and it was Ellie Bishop who's just come on. So, yeah, I mean, that's a goal-saving clearance, that. Well, I don't know if we're going to get to see a replay of that, Morgan, on the screens, but she did really well there.
Yeah.
So Kerry flies, bringing the ball out, passed it into Freya Symonds, who's passed it back to Kerry. She's now running up the right wing. What options has she got? Ball's falling to Natasha Stelling. A little bit of a forced pass, that one. I don't think she wanted that. I think Snelling had more time than she thought there, and could have brought in other options, but there's no foul there. Symonds has got a lot of time to put this ball out to the left hand side, so it's going to skip away though. Again, anticipation though. I think she probably could have anticipated that a little bit sooner than that happened.
Kennard's looking for a hat trick, I think.
She is,
rightly so.
She'll be pleased with her performance because, she, as I say, she scored 2 and she set up the one for Freya. So, let's talk about the podcast we did earlier this week, the emergency Norwich special with Mick Dennis and Mark Hall. That's 2,000 views on YouTube. That.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad for our first team chat. Obviously, it was unprecedented given the circumstances, and hopefully we'll be doing more video content. That's something to look forward to if you're one of our 5 listeners is listening right now. Over the summer, we'll be moving more towards.
Right, hang on a second. I'm just going to interrupt you here because Kerry Fly is currently standing in the right hand side of midfield and has just put the ball into Snelling. It was a little bit wayward, but that ball there is not going to trouble Norwich defence, and it's gone right back to Sarah Cronshaw. He's got the ball at her feet. She's comfortable enough. I think she's just going to wait and see if any of the QPR players are going to go and challenge her. Which they're not. Don't seem to be that bothered.
There's no press from QPR, which is surprising.
They're 3-0 down here, playing for a bit of pride. I'd expect at least one of their players to go running towards our goalkeeper there. And that's a lovely ball, but it's going to go through to the keeper. Yeah, it's going to go through to their keeper, who's sporting a lovely headband. I don't know if that's for a medical reason or whether she's that's a fashion statement.
I don't know, because I don't have long hair anymore. I did have long hair once. That was a long time ago, Jeff.
So, Freya Symonds with the ball at her feet. She's knocked it out to Kerry. I think this ball's going to go into the mixer. It's a nice little reverse pass there into our right midfielder. And the ball's been put in. No. It's a 50-50 on the edge of the box, but that's fine. That's well dealt with. And Strauss has got the ball now. Nicely back to Freya Symonds. She's going to take the ball into midfield. Hasn't really got an option on there. She's found Kennard. She's on a hat trick. Can she slip the ball through? No. Good tackle though. Oh, that's a free kick, ref. No, he hasn't given it. Oh, lovely. Unlucky, Kerry. I think we'll leave it there, guys. We're going to come back in probably about 10 minutes just to talk about the last 10 minutes of this game. But I think we're in quite a good position here, aren't we? 3-0 up at home.
Hopefully, don't jinx it.
And anything can happen in football, but I'm quite pleased with how the girls have acquitted themselves. Oh, there's a little bit lost on the edge of the box there. The striker's picked up, but again, great defending by Strauss. That's a free kick. Oh, the ref says she's got the ball, but it's fallen for Norwich. So Ellie Smith has just knocked the ball to Freya. That's a lovely ball through, but can we get on to the end of it? Yeah, goalkeeper's come and dealt with that really well, and QPR are on the attack again. And can they find their way back into this game, Morgan Hewitt?
I don't know, Jez Davies. I hope not. I'd rather us do a 10-0.
Yeah.
I've waited all season to say that.
Yeah.
I don't want to be disappointed. Just please, someone, let us win 10-0.
Yeah, I think Millie Davis has just pulled up with a bit of cramp there, but she's okay. So I'm going to wait for this QPR throw-in and leave you guys there until the last, unless Norwich score, when we'll come back really excited and talk about it. We'll leave that there. Right, so we're back. We're back, Morgan. Not an awful lot's happened in the last sort of 10-15 minutes, is it?
QPR on the attack.
They're okay. It's I think Norwich have been really solid, first and foremost, and very well organised. Kerry Flies had a couple of forays up up front. Really, I thought she was going to have a shot at one point, but no, I think we have
controlled the second half.
Yeah, QPR haven't tested us. That said, I think you just made a comment just before we came on that QPR have been pretty solid as well, and bar the
robust in the tackle anyway, at least.
Yeah, I mean, bar the 3 goals that we scored, I can't really remember us having many shots that the keepers had to save.
No, exactly.
So we've been quite efficient with our chances, but at the same time, it'd be good to see if we can test their goalkeeper out in the last 10 minutes or so.
Yeah.
A couple of subs to come on. So young Lauren Hales has come on into the centre midfield, replacing Freya Symonds, who I think we can agree had a great game, scored a goal. Her performance deserved. What do you want to see from the last 10 minutes?
I just want to see us close. I just want to see us close the game off and not make too many rash decisions, because QPR's nick a goal, which they're on the attack now.
No, Kerry's dealt with that, mate. She's class.
Yeah,
she reads the game so well, and what an asset to have someone like that at centre back. That she's covering that whole of the back four, and the ball's been put through to number 9. Can we get a goal there? No, it's a good, at the end a good tackle. I mean, she'll be disappointed with that. I mean, she's got number 9 at her back, so I think it probably represents that she's played up front at some point in her career.
Just got under her feet a little bit, didn't it? I think.
It's a shame. I mean, I think she probably didn't expect it to arrive at her feet as quickly as it did. But look, we've got Natasha Snelling on the ball now. She's whipped the ball into the number 9, Ellie Smith. But the ball hasn't fallen very well for her, and QPR back on the attack. What's your journey home looking like, Morgan?
Fast 8, mate. Fast 8 all the way home.
Yeah, and
it's not that fast.
No.
So connect. If you're listening, it's false advertising.
False advertising. Thanks First buses, or whatever they're called these days. Connect buses, yeah. Again, Quantrill's just using it all the time up. There is someone, we've been commented saying that QPR haven't been tracking that ball down when Quantrill's got the ball at her feet, but someone just did there, and she's had to pick it up quickly to distribute the ball up the pitch.
A long pass.
It's unlucky. It was not a bad attempt at a touchdown there, but Eloise Moran has knocked the ball out to the right.
Yeah, we are playing it silkily on the ground. It's lovely to see. Lovely football.
It's good football, and the ball's been put through.
Need to get a little bit quicker.
Shannon Shaw, I think, has come on in that right. It's not Shannon Shaw. Sorry, it's Izzy Moore, who's come on into that right midfield role for Olivia Cook. That's a good tackle there by the number 9. Ball's back at QPR's goalkeeper's feet.
Jez, who's been your player of the match so far?
I think it's difficult to look past Kennard, isn't it? She scored 2 and set one up. Special mention for Eloise Morano. I think it's been absolutely superb in the middle of the park. She's tracks down the QPR player there. But no, I think she's, again, I don't like comparing him to the men's team, but she's very much that Kenny McLean type player. Again, she's cut out of the ball there, and Kennard, she can keep herself on side.
Yeah,
she has. She's on her way through here again, and she's got a lot of options. It's Snelling, unlucky there. Keeper's made a fantastic save there. I think Snelling's going to be a little bit gutted with that. I mean, as a striker myself, make that kind of decision. I don't know if one of us needs to go and get the ball here, Morgan. No, the linesman's got it in his hand. Norwich can finally make their change. They're bringing on.
Unlucky.
They are now bringing on Shannon Shaw. Snelling's just had that opportunity. They're bringing her off, and she's worked hard this afternoon. She set up 2 goals. I don't think she should be doing this. Again, as a striker, I know what's going through her head now. She's just missed that chance, and I feel for her. But look, she can be really pleased for her contribution this afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, it's always good to get a goal, I'd imagine. Yeah. But it's just one of those half chances.
Yeah, Shannon Shaw's come on. I believe she said Lauren's partner. Remember on the pod that Lauren was saying that Shannon's her partner, so they'll be gutted that they weren't on the pitch at the same time together today. But let's see what Shannon can do in the last we got 5 or 10 minutes or so, depending on injuries. And Ellie Smith's just knocked the ball out to Lauren Hales, whose shot is deflected, and QPR on the turnover here. We're looking a bit light at the back here. I think there's going to be a free kick here. Yeah, look, I mean, she's done well there. she's going to get the first card. No, she's not. Well, she's going to get the first card of the game there, Morgan. And I'll be honest, if that... Seeing what the attendance... So we just heard the attendance, Morgan. It's 2,214, and I think that's a really good effort. You know, end of the season, people come out on the Sunday to support the girls. Yeah. So look, thank you for everyone for attending the game today. Like I'm some sort of club spokesman. But no, it's great to see, and you know, I think the women's form of the game can only get stronger, really. And if we can put on more performances like this, surely we're going to see a few more games here.
Yeah, absolutely. It was really, really entertaining. It's been a really good game. Not just saying that because we're 3-0 up. I mean, that also helps. But it's just some of the play from the women's teams. You know, kept it on the floor. It's not been too many long balls over the top. I think we kept QPR at arm's length. I mean, QPR have threatened a little bit. They've been solid as well in the tackle. But I think it's just been really entertaining game so far.
No, completely agree. And you're right. I think the three opportunities that QPR have had from the game have been from 3 of their 4 corners, right? So they're obviously dangerous from set pieces. And yes, they've tested our goalkeeper out in our defence, but the scores, they haven't scored. So I guess the point I'm getting at is we've been pretty solid there. And hopefully we've got another ball coming, because that one's gone into the stands and there's no one sitting down there. So unless Morgan wants to run and get it, we're going to be without a ball. I don't want to go and get it because it might all be part of the...
There's another ball.
Here it is.
It's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of balls down 5-6 rows down from where we're sat. So
they might nab one of them on the way out. Ready. Ball's been punted long, but there's no QPR player there, so it's going to be easy for the Norwich defence just to control this and reset. And
hopefully a clean sheet for Norwich.
She's what she wants now, because she's applying a little bit of time wasting there, but sensible time wasted. And Strauss is on the ball now. She's had a good game as well, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Quite solid.
Some solid run forward, some nice passes.
Right, and Shaw's got the first touch of the ball that she's had since she's come on, knocked it back to Moran, and she passes it out to Kerry. Kerry's
I mean, she's been absolutely amazing in the centre backs, made some amazing blocks, really quick movement to get back into a position when she's pulled out. Yes, really proud of her performance today.
Completely agree. So what are we, 89 minutes, nearly 90th minute, and the score is 3-0. I think the game's, unless Norwich get a little bit more control back of this game, I think that's what the scoreline's going to be. So it's a little bit sort of, we've got 6 minutes. 6 minutes left on the clock, so we got the ball back into Kennard, and she's still on the pitch to get a hat-trick, by the way. That's the reason she's still on the pitch, and she's had a good game, so she deserves to be on the pitch. But the girls will be desperate to give her a hat-trick, and she was unlucky actually earlier on.
She was
very unselfish.
Very unselfish not to try and get that third goal herself, but didn't work out. But it's good to see.
Shannon Shaw's loitering with intent in case the QPR player decides to pass it back to the goalkeeper and doesn't see Shannon there. So a little bit of a poor touch there, but we're still in control. Strauss knocks it back to goalkeeper Quantrill, who will have the ball at her feet, knock it back out to Strauss.
I'm just going to go through.
Okay, Morgan stepped away from the recording for a bit, so he's left me on my own to speak and give you a little bit more commentary on this game. So Andy Cook gets a touch of the ball. I thought he was going to do some tap-ups, but he's knocked the ball to number 3, Ellie Bishop, to ball into Moran. Getting a bit of pressure from the QPR player, but actually not a foul. It's gone out for a throw for Norwich City Women. Yeah, good tackling there from the QPR player, but it's fallen to the feet of Shannon Shaw. She sees the Norwich player at the back post, who, if she controls this will be a goal. She's offside. It's on the back of the net. The ball's in the back of the net, but she was standing in an offside position. So the score remains 3-0. It's number 20, Izzy Moore, and some boos from the crowd, but she was offside. And she'd be disappointed because she was standing all the way along the line there. And the number 7 for QPR's down. Courtney Ward Chambers, and just getting a little bit of treatment, so we've got to stop and play here. And she's just on the side of the pitch, she's been able to stand off the pitch and receive some treatment. It's a shame. I'm looking at the replay of the goal now, and it's a lovely touch, and she's finished well, but as I say, it's standing in an offside position. The goal's been chalked off. Whilst Morgan's away, I'm just going to say a few thank yous to people that we don't often get to say thank yous on this channel. So obviously, first and foremost, big thanks to Morgan for his involvement this season in the podcast. Killian O'Grady as well, who's does our O'Grady Outlook, and Killian O'Grady Away Days now as well, which is a brand new series on our channel. Adrian Koo has come on and done some really good work with us, including a match day experience that he had at Carrow Road a few months ago. And as Kerry brings the ball forward, a lovely ball down the side, but the QPR player should shepherd that out for the goal kick, and it's a goal kick. Ollie Sadler has come and done some TikTok stuff for us as well. So yeah, all these people have contributed to the channel. Fiona and Eddie, thanks guys for all of your support, and it means everything, and I really enjoy doing this, and bringing the word of Norwich City to these guys, and thank you for putting up for that, because I know sometimes I'm not away from home as such, but perhaps and it looks like we're going to get the ball. Oh, can we get a header? Oh, unlucky. There's a really good ball in by Lauren Hales, and girls were really unlucky there, because any sort of connection there, that's 4-0. QPR are looking to shepherd this out for, I think they're probably best set for getting a throw-in out of this for them, but they've knocked the ball back into Bishop. Norwich is on possession again. Can we get a goal in the last couple of minutes to make the score 4-0? Everyone will at least know that Morgan has returned from wherever he went. Toilet break, and ball's been knocked out. Can QPR get themselves on the score sheet? A little bit of a consolation prize now, but drive from West London, it'll be nice for them to get a goal at I was going to say a goal at Carrow Road, but it's been cut out by Strauss. You haven't missed an awful amount. In fact, you have missed a lot, because the ball was in the back of the net.
What happened?
It was an offside call. It was number 20, Izzy Moore, I think, who was unlucky. She probably should have looked along the line a little bit, but look, it's going to be boring for the listeners, because it's the second time I've said it. But and Strauss again with a good interception. There we go. Yeah, we're all right. And Quantrill using all her experience there, running down the clock.
Yeah, we've got about 1 minute left.
Yeah.
It'd be good to see them have a clean sheet.
Did you nominate your player of the match, by the way?
Yeah, it was Kennard.
Kennard?
Yeah.
It's a fair shout.
What you've already said what needs to be said, so yeah, Kennard for me.
Yeah.
Been instrumental in getting 2 great goals, and shame he didn't get that third. But
and as Karcher comes on the advertising screens here, other pressure washers are available. That's quite bright, isn't it?
I don't even know what that is.
Karcher's a pressure washer, isn't it? And I think they do other things, but they're so yeah, 3-0 to Norwich. First goal, 12 minutes in, wasn't it? Snelling with the ball across the face of the goal for Kennard for an easy tap in. Second goal, the 2 combined again. So Snelling in the middle of the centre circle, knocked the ball out to Kennard. We think the goalkeeper probably could have done better on that one, don't we?
Yeah.
And as I alluded to first half, the tall Freya Symonds getting on the end of a really good crossing from Kennard to knock the ball, head the ball home. Just wait and see who they. So the stadium announcer agrees. It was a Holly Kennard player of the match. They announced it. So 3-0, 2,500 fans or so going away happy, Morgan.
Yeah, it was a great game. Really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed myself, and thanks for Alex again for allowing us to come and take part today. So yeah, it was really good.
going to sign off on the podcast now, but thanks everyone for listening. A very surreal day for both of me and Morgan to be sitting in the press box at Norwich City. I still can't quite get my head around it, but I'll echo your thoughts, Morgan. Thank you, Alex. And girls are just having a little bit of a huddle in the centre circle, and I wonder what. So Andy Cook's joining them as well. So I wonder what's going to be said in that huddle. I think words of encouragement. Thanks, well done, girls. This is a big moment for you. You've won 3-0 at Carrow Road. Really good performance. You haven't let yourself down. You haven't let your teammates down. And you haven't let your fans down. Really good performance. Just preempting what he's saying.
I'm just about to say, can you pass me my biro back?
Yeah, you can have your biro, mate. There we go. Yeah, it's nice to see that. It's a little bit of togetherness. They're all, they're not standing off each other. And Ruben's in there getting a photo. Love that. Well done, Ruben. Alex is going across. It looks like she's going to go and speak to some of the players and get their first initial thoughts. But yeah, well done everyone today. To both teams, it's not an easy drive from West London, and they've, even though the scoreline was 3-0, I think they acquitted themselves well. And as I said earlier, 3 goals that were pretty much their only chances, Norwich's only chances of the game, Morgan.
I mean, I wouldn't say Norwich completely dominated QPR. They were solid, but we just reduced QPR to very little opportunity to kind of make anything. There was also very, very little pressing from QPR.
Yeah. Good. So they're now going over to the fans to give them the round of applause that they deserve, and that there's some young girls and boys in there that maybe their first experience at Carrow Road, Morgan, and what do you think that's meant to those younger fans?
Probably the world. I mean, it was exciting. It was an exciting game. Winning 3-0. So if any first-time fans came today, they were treated to a really great atmosphere and a great day out.
Yeah, these are the moments that will mean so much to those girls as well. We talked to. Again, we've probably mentioned it about 1 million times this podcast, but we talked to Kerry and Tomo, and both of them we asked what it meant for them to play for Norwich. And I think it's days like today where look at them, they're all going across the fans. This will mean as much to those younger fans as it probably does to those girls as well, right?
I would like to think so. I mean, it's special. I mean, they're playing at Carrow Road in front of their supporters, and yeah, I mean, I can't imagine what it's like. It must be, it's been a surreal day for us. Yeah. I'm sure it's probably surreal for them as well, having just kind of won the game. So
QPR player's gone running over there. I thought she was, I wonder what she was doing there, but it looks like she's picked up a drinks bottle or something. Oh man, Ruben Clark is just mulling around like he owns the gaff of Carrow Road. Look at him, he absolutely loves it, doesn't he?
He's just having a stroll on the ground.
I don't think he can quite believe he's here. He's taken some photos of the fans, and he's just getting involved. And that's the sort of thing that we like on this channel, isn't it? They just seems at home at Carrow Road, doesn't he?
He's strolling around like he owns the gaff on the pitch.
Yeah.
I mean, we've not even been on the pitch, and there he is in his little. He has to. So for the audience at home, he has to wear a press bib, but it kind of makes him look like a high school tea lady. High school dinner lady.
And the grounds, I'll tell you what, the ground staff haven't wasted any time, have they? They've got the
John Deeres.
John Deeres are out.
Straight on the John Deeres.
I would say that looks like a pitch sweeper. So I'd imagine any sort of residue that's been left by the girls, and anything like strapping or anything like that's been picked up by that little pitch sweeper, and the pitch has been. What are you smiling for?
I'm just thinking about chewing gum. I don't know why.
Could be anything, it's how they look after the pitches here, and it'd be really good to speak to some of these chaps at some point and get their feedback of what it means to mow the lawn at Carrow Road press box. I've been Jez Davies.
I've been Morgan Hewitt.
Should we do a random question of the week to finish?
Yeah.
Got it with me. So actually, it's going to be you asking it. So we're going to pass over to Morgan and I'm going to be asked.
We know how it works, don't we?
We all know how it works. So go on.
Random question of the week. All right.
Live Carrow Road edition.
So if you throughout so I'm sat here, I'm looking around the stadium, I'm seeing a lot of sponsors. If there was one sponsor that you could be sponsored by in your life, Jez, what sponsor would that be and why?
Does it have to be from what you can see, or just in general?
Anything. Bovril.
Ming Chi Chinese in Nebworth, just a little shout out because that was really good last night. We had a Chinese there, so yeah, the Ming Chi Chinese takeaway in Nebworth.
That's great. I would go for Chicken House in Dereham because it's a new.
A lot of food items going on here.
Oh, it's just, you got me started because I'm actually really hungry. But yeah, Chicken House in Dereham. Shout out to you guys. You make some absolutely amazing chicken. Yeah, well worth it. Well worth a visit if you haven't visited already.
Yeah, the girls are still out. You know, this is brilliant to see, right? So they're all there, talking to the young girls and boys, probably, getting photos, signing shirts. Brilliant. This is what it's all about, really. And Andy Cook's stood there, just watching the girls do what they're doing. You know, he doesn't perhaps need to get involved in this, but it's great to see him out there as well. And just looks like he's going across to speak to some of the fans now as well. So, 3-0 signed off the season with a 3-0 win at Carrow Road. They'll probably have a beer tonight, won't they?
Yeah, they've got a lot to celebrate. They came close to getting promotion. It's still a one. For those uninitiated, you still only have one team promoted out of the league, which seems a bit weird to me, but it's what it is. Still lots to work on, and they should be proud of what they've achieved this season and where they're going. I think we can safely say that they're on the right track. Just quickly, could you imagine our man Ruben in a pair of white Birkenstocks? For some reason I just keep seeing him on there with those chinos and white Birkenstocks. Don't know why.
No, I know what you're saying. He's edging closer to the girls. I don't know if he's trying to get perhaps a little chat with them or something.
Yeah, but, I hope so.
Yeah, I mean, we're stuck. I say stuck like it's a bad thing, but we've enjoyed this episode live from Carrow Road. And I've been Jez Davies.
We've done doing this again. They keep trying.
Thanks, guys. See you again soon.
Later.
Nice one.
I've been Morgan Hewitt.
That's it.
That's it for this episode of Beyond the Barclay. Thanks so much for listening. Your support means the world to us. Don't forget to follow or subscribe on your favorite podcast platform and leave a review if you enjoyed the show. You can also catch all our episodes on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. And if you've got any questions, stories, or topics you'd like us to cover, get in touch. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, on the ball, City.